What is up, everyone? It is your man on fire mentor, David Mailer, coming to you on all of these different social platforms. Yes, live. And are you ready to dive into the center of the fire with me? Because don't forget, gentlemen, some men will fear the fire and some men become the fire. Meaning those that fear it never get to test the boundaries of where comfort meets uncomfortable. And as the big man, Mr. TR, says, your growth begins at the end of your comfort zone. So when the heat is getting really hot, do you dive into the center of it and merge with the fire and become the fire? Or do you turn around and walk the other way? Only you could answer that question. But I will tell you this, and this will be a separate teaching, that one of the greatest things that inhibits a man from his growth is his intolerance to being uncomfortable. One of the greatest things that will ever hold you back in life is your intolerance, your inability, your unwillingness to get uncomfortable. And we'll talk about that on a future live. But today, what is the live about? The live is about why do men need accountability? What's up, Sean Reed? I see you out there. Let these guys know you just came from a 4-day immersion and how it was. There's no way I could explain to these guys what goes down at these 4-day immersions. So for those of you who are brand new to Man on Fire and to myself, we are a personal development company and we specialize in helping a man get the hell out of his head and drop down into his body, making that sacred journey from his head to his heart, the 12 inches that are necessary, that every woman wants from you, is the journey from your head to your heart, so she can feel you. When she can feel you, she can trust you. When she can trust you, she can soften to you. When she can soften to you, she can open to you. So, let's dive into, a little bit more about Man on Fire. So yes, we help men move from their head into their heart, from their head into their body, and take command of their thoughts. Stop being a slave to your thoughts. Stop allowing the pirates that are inside your head take you to this island called Skull Island. We learn how to have mastery over our mindset and control our thoughts and direct them where we want to direct them, because we must take back the helm of the ship. It's our ship. We're the captain. Also, Man on Fire supports men in up-leveling their masculine leadership in the different domains of their life. Their health, their career, their finances, their relationships, and their very mission and purpose. And we are super, S-U-P-E-R, super passionate about helping men show up more powerfully in their relationships, especially with their significant other. Because women today need the rise of the masculine leadership. They need our maturity. No more gaslighting, no more steamrolling, no more naming, shaming, judging, and projecting onto a woman. It's time to help them flower. For those of you that have a daughter, how do you want her treated? What type of a man do you want her to marry? Well, guess what, guys? You have to become that man, because she will marry who you're being, not who you say you want her to marry. Children go more with witnessing you more so than listening to your words. So do you have the courage to live into that version of yourself? Because it is important that we as men take on this sacred responsibility of being the guardian and being the gatekeeper and the protector of the feminine heart. And I am super passionate about that, having grown up in an environment where my parents loved me, but they didn't know how to love each other. And I certainly didn't have it modeled for me. So I'm proud of my growth and my evolution and everything that I share with you guys. For those of you that are new and haven't been around my teachings, everything I share with you is my own personal journey, my own personal experiences, my trials, my tribulations. And if I can save you some time, which is our most precious commodity, if I could save you some time and help you grow yourself as a man so you can show up more powerfully for others, so you can be of greater service to those you love and to the world, then job well done. All right, so let us move directly into today's topic of why. Why do men need accountability? David, why do I need accountability? I could do it myself. Can you? Okay, so here's the question for you. Here's the question. Are you ready? Do you think you'd be better off being the lone wolf, or do you think you'd be better off traveling in the wolf pack? Do you think you'd last longer, accomplish more, do more with others by your side, or do you think you'd be better off on your own? Now, there are very few men that I have had exposure to, meaning I've seen them online. I'm not saying that I personally worked with these people other than Tony Robbins, who I've worked with, and I have the utmost respect for him. But there are very few men, other than somebody like a Tony, a Goggins, a Hako. There are very few men out there that are driven to the point where they sustain their willpower, they sustain their drive, and they don't necessarily need other men holding them accountable. They've reached a point in their life where they are self-sufficient, they are leaders, and they are able to not have outside things influence them. But I guarantee you, at some point of their life, they had support. I guarantee you, at some point of their life, they had challenge from other men. And I guarantee you, at some point of their life, they were being held accountable by somebody else. And all of us want to get to a point in our own evolution where we can step into the fullness of our masculine leadership. But if you're not truly there in the different domains of your life, then chances are you are a man that can use support. You could use challenge, because we know that iron sharpens iron. This is how men rise. They rise with challenge. And you could use accountability. Now, why? Why? Well, number one, willpower doesn't last. Unless you are Navy SEAL trained and passed the course and went through the training, and you're one of the guys that I just mentioned, unless you're like that, I can promise you that, number one, your willpower will die off all the time. Number two is a man will do more for someone else than he will do for himself. A man will do more for other people or for someone else than he will do for himself. Most of you should be nodding your head right now going, oh my God, I think he's right. Yeah, I do more for my kids. Yeah, I do more for my wife. Yeah, I do more for my friend. Yeah, I would do anything for him. But what would you do for yourself? And chances are most of you that are listening, if you're honest with yourself, would recognize that without somebody holding you to the fire, without somebody holding you accountable, without somebody holding you to your greatness, to your potential, chances are you are living beneath the standard of who you know you are. At least in one, if not more, domains in your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your finances, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your marriage. Now, how do I know this? Well, I've worked with over 10,000 men. I've worked with multimillionaires, and I've worked with men that could barely pay the bills. And they all share the same problems. And some of them who have all the money in the world, it doesn't mean that they're more happy. It doesn't mean that they have more joy, because there's usually an area of their life where they recognize they're living below the standard of who they're born to be. More often than not, that has to do with their marriage and or their mission and their purpose. So they need accountability, because the same success strategies that you had to get you successful in business are not necessarily the same strategies that can help you have success and joy and freedom and fulfillment in your relationships or in your mission and in your purpose. So accountability is essential for a man's growth. Now, accountability is something where it helps you basically get past your own blind spots, meaning you will only push yourself so far. You go to the gym and you're on the bench press, and you could only do so many, but with somebody giving you a spot, with somebody in your ear, with somebody holding you accountable, give me one more, give me two more, give me three more reps, you know that you can do more than if you were by yourself. Accountability is essential. So take a moment. What are you hearing so far? Put it in the chat, whether you're hearing me right now on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, whatever they call these different social platforms today, LinkedIn. What are you hearing in what I'm sharing? All right. So why do men need to be held accountable? Why? Let's talk about that. Well, a lot of us have a deep-seated belief that we're not good enough. A lot of us have a belief that we're unworthy. Maybe I don't deserve this life. Like, hey, David, if you knew the stuff that I've done, if you knew the shame or the guilt that I carry, you'd understand why I have the life that I have. Yeah, I would understand it. But I also would understand that you're built for more. I would understand that you're built for an extraordinary life. I'd understand that you're built for a phenomenal life. I'd understand that you've been selling yourself on a sea of lies, a sea of stories that no longer serve your soul. I understand that it's easier to contract and to play small, to have reasons, stories, excuses, and justifications as to why you can't have the life that you know is aligned with your true potential. You know that you signed on for. You know that the agreement you had between you and your Creator, you know that that's the life that's meant for you, your destiny. So if you're not having it, I can assure you, one of the ways to start moving closer to your true potential, closer to your destiny, what you're destined for, is to have accountability in your life. Now, what do I mean by accountability? I want to be clear in the Man on Fire languaging, the Man on Fire world, what I mean by accountability. So we talk about in the Man on Fire world, friendships and soul, S-O-U-L, ships. Friendships and soul ships. So what do I mean by that? I mean that your friends and your family are not going to hold you accountable. Your wife is not going to hold you accountable. Why? Well, the reason is they want to be liked by you. They want to be loved by you. They don't want to say the difficult thing. They don't want to say the thing that could piss you off or push you away. They're afraid to say that to you. And maybe they're not necessarily living to that standard that they want you to live to. So it could be a plethora of different reasons. But a soulship, which is something that we form in the Man on Fire world when you come through one of our coaching programs, this is where you have a relationship with another man where he has zero investment in wanting to be liked. He's traded that in for self-respect. I mean, how many of you listening right now, your life would be different if you traded in your necessity, your desire to want to be liked? How many of you would have a different life if you traded that in for your own self-respect? How many people would respect you at a higher level, from your kids to your wife, if you respected yourself more? So a soulship is where you give up wanting or needing to be liked by the other person, and you give them the truth that's not sugar-coated. You give them the truth with, very important here, with an open heart, right? It's easy to cut somebody and hit them hard with something that's hurtful. I'm not listening to those people because I don't know that they care. And we've heard the expression, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll say that one again. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So in the Man on Fire world, in our brotherhood, in our community, I don't mean these free social platforms. I mean for the men that are in one of our coaching programs and are in our inner chamber, the year-long journey with us. They know that there's love that each brother has for one another, and the love is sourced where I won't let you shrink. I won't let you contract. I won't let you play small. I won't let you live below the standard of who God made you to be. I won't buy into your bullshit. I won't buy into your stories, into your reasons, into your excuses, into your justifications. I won't do it because I don't need you to like me, and I will give you the truth from my heart. I'll give it to you with tenacity. I'll give it to you with fierceness. I'll give it to you with the fire that you want. Because every single guy that I've ever asked this question to, when I used to have a discovery call, when the company started 9 years ago, and I would take the phone calls back in the day. Now we have a beautiful sales team that does that, all of which each and every one of these men actually came through the program. So they're not selling, they're serving because it's real for them. They've had the changes in their life. But I used to ask this question, and I say, do you want it straight or do you want me to sugarcoat it? And every single guy would say, give it to me straight. I don't want it sugar-coated. My friends always sugarcoat it. The church group I'm in sugarcoats it. My wife sugarcoats it. The therapist sugarcoats it. My father sugarcoats it. My brother sugarcoats it. The synagogue sugarcoats it. All these different things, different meetings. Everyone's sugarcoating it. I need someone to give it to me real, give it to me straight. Give it to me between the eyes. Hit the mark. Hit the bullseye. I remember one time, about 2-3 years ago, I was really giving it to a guy on the phone. I decided to actually take this one call. It was probably the first call that I took in 5 years. And I remember I was just really fighting for the man. Not fighting with him, but fighting for him to give up his BS, his bullshit. I was fighting for him to take a stand in his life, to take a stand for his marriage. And somebody passing through the hallway of the hotel overheard me through my door in my hotel room, and he's listening in. His name is Dave, by the way. And he ends up coming up to me later on in the day. He sees me and he said, I want to work with you. I heard how you were holding that man accountable on the phone. I'm sorry for eavesdropping, but I heard how you were holding him accountable. I need someone that will do that for me. My life is on the line. My marriage is on the line. My health is on the line. He worked or works in the concrete industry, and he said, I feel like I've put up a concrete wall around my heart. Interesting. In the concrete business. And how many of you feel like you've put up a concrete wall around your heart? So he was no longer willing to negotiate with his life, with his health, and he wanted to take a stand for his marriage. He wanted to crack open the concrete and start feeling again. How many of you want to start feeling again? So he said, I need someone like you to hold me accountable. Next thing you know, he comes to one of our live Man on Fire 4-day immersions. He's been with us for 2 years. Completely resurrected his health, his marriage, his relationship with his children, and his career. And the guy can feel again. How many of you want to feel again and get the hell out of your head? But this wouldn't have been possible had he not overheard me holding somebody accountable to who they truly are, meaning not buying into their stories. I remember one of my coaches back in the day, 9-10 years ago, said something to the effect of, you're either selling somebody on a more compelling future, the true vision that they could have for their life, or they're selling you on their limitations, and they're selling you on their stories. So what's it going to be? Are you going to stand for them and hold them accountable to what's possible? No limitations? Or are you going to let them enroll you into their stories, their limiting beliefs, and their bullshit? What a beautiful thing to be taught. And how many of you in your own life could admit, yeah, I've sold other people on my bullshit. I've sold other people on my stories, on my lies. I've been hiding. I've been shrinking. I've been contracting. I've been playing small. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying you're doing this in every area of your life. But for most of you listening, you'd admit at least one of those areas, you know you are selling yourself short. And I'll tell you right now, the fastest path for you to stop doing that is to be held accountable. Held accountable. Because you'll keep doing it. Why? Because you keep getting away with it. You have nobody holding you to the fire. Nobody. This is how we've designed our program in Man on Fire, where you have accountability leading up to the programs, accountability after the programs, because you'll shrink. Gravity will get you. You'll try to go back to your old ways. So I have 9+ years of setting up a system within my company where it's virtually impossible for a man to shrink, to hide, to contract, because we'll find you. We'll support you. We'll challenge you. We'll hold you accountable. We'll find you. We'll support you. We'll challenge you. We'll hold you accountable. And we will love you. We will love you home to remembering who you are. It's not about shaming you, not about putting you down. It's love. It's love for fellow man. It's deep love for another brother, of knowing that if I hold this man to the fire of who God made him to be, if I hold him accountable to his true essence, to his true power, to his true gifts, what a service, because how many people's lives will be impacted by that man showing up more powerfully? What will that mean to his wife or his ex-wife or his children? What will that mean to his employees or his boss? What will that mean to strangers when he's showing up at a higher level, a higher frequency, a higher vibration, more aligned, more in tune with his heart and with God? What will that mean? What will the ripple effect be if you stop hiding your greatness? Because each and every one of you listening right now, deep down, no matter what you've done, no matter how hard you are on yourself, no matter how heavy shame and guilt has gotten on your shoulders, because we've all done stuff as men that we're not proud of. How many of you deep down know you are extraordinary and you are phenomenal? You know this deep down, but then you have all this layers of, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this life, you don't understand, David, you don't understand what I've done. Or maybe some of you have become that pleaser and that yes man, and you hide behind, I'm always doing good for other people, and then when I need something, nobody's there for me. Come on, cut it out. You haven't respected yourself. Pleasers are really saying, please like me, so stop it. That was me. So I can say that to you, stop it. I wish somebody said that to me. I wish somebody gave it to me straight. I wish 11 years ago, when I was going through a divorce, somebody gave it to me straight and snapped me out of my coma. People's lives were hurt and impacted by me living in a sea of my own lies. That is what accountability does for you, gentlemen. It holds you accountable to the truth, holds you accountable to your greatness, holds you accountable to your true potential. And when you stand in that, when you live in that, other people benefit because you chose to show up fully for who you are as a man. That is what Man on Fire is all about. For those of you ever wondering, what the hell is this whole Man on Fire thing? It's not ego. It's not pound your chest, rah, rah, rah. It's none of that. It's all about getting back into your heart. It's all about getting out of your head. It's all about supporting and challenging and holding one another accountable. It's all about showing up for another human being with empathy, with compassion, with sensitivity, with presence. All of us as men could use that in our lives. For those of you that have come to an immersion and you're hearing me right now, put it in the chat. Let these guys know that are brand new, just hearing me for the first time. What has our coaching program done for you? Maybe some of you are in our inner chamber. Put it in the chat. How has it changed your life? What did you learn about yourself? How are you different today because you came to one of these 4-day immersions? So for those of you listening right now and you're like, what the hell is David talking about? If you know you need a deeper level of support, a deeper level of challenge, and a deeper level of accountability, and you're not getting it through a book, you're not getting it through a podcast, you're not getting it through a video, you're not getting it through some seminar you went to 5 years ago and everything is back to the way it used to be, and you're ready to invest in yourself monetarily, energetically, time-wise, you're ready to make an investment, you want to explore one of our coaching programs to see if we're the right fit for you, then go to our manonfirerising.com website, go to the top right corner, apply for a free discovery call to speak to one of our coaches, and we'll see if you're eligible. Again, you have to be hungry. You have to be ready to live a life of commitment. This is not for the guy that, let me just check it out. Well, let me see what this is about. No, that's what this podcast is for. That's what these videos are for. Feel into who I am. Feel into the organization. Read more of our stuff. Read the manifesto. Look at our emails. Watch more videos. See if you're aligned with who we are. And if you are, if you're filling out an application, it's to see which of our coaching programs is the right fit for you. And our coach is going to determine whether or not you are the right fit for our company. And it's pretty simple. We're looking for a guy that's committed. He's committed to his growth. He wants to hang up his excuses. He wants to stop playing small. He wants to show up more powerfully as a man, as a husband, and as a leader. We're looking for that guy. We're looking for the guy that knows he's got more inside of him in certain domains of his life where he knows he has been playing small. And if you want the support and you want the challenge and you want to be held accountable, great. Apply for one of those discovery calls. All right. What are you guys hearing? Put it in the comments. And if you don't mind, one of the greatest ways you can honor me and give back is by smashing up that like key. Throw me some fire signs, throw some comments, but most importantly, hit the like key. That's how the algorithms work in these different social platforms. The more you hit like, the more the videos are able to reach more people, and we are seeking to reach as many men as we possibly can to support as many men as possible. So you can help me by doing that by hitting the like key. And if it's authentic for you and it's real for you, please hit the like key. So what are you guys hearing? Put that in the chat. Put it in the comments. What are you hearing? I want to know what you're hearing in this conversation. Right? It's hard for me to read all the comments in real time, but put it in there. Let's see. Sean writes, this community has turned my life around. It saved my life in many ways. This is my way of life now. The brothers here have love and respect for each other and show up for each other with love, empathy, and no judgment. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, and thank you for showing up for yourself, man, and putting in the work. Yeah. And I see this other gentleman, Jason, writes, he's been just going through this alone. Yeah. You know, guys, let me end on this note, and I think this is super important for us to hear. You know, a lot of us see asking for support as a sign of weakness. And I'll admit, that was me. Like, no, I should be smart enough to figure this shit out. Or maybe there's like a little bit of embarrassment. I'm embarrassed to admit that I need support in this area of my life. Whatever the area is, whether it's with your marriage, your health, your relationship with your children, your business, your finances, your mission, your purpose. Like, a lot of us carry embarrassment. Oh, I should be smart enough to have figured this out on my own. You know what I'll do? I'll just disappear into the back cave. I'll go to my garage. I'll go to the basement. And I'm not coming up for air until I got it all figured out. Yeah, well, then you're 60 or 70 years old. That's called stupidity. You know, part of being a man on fire is in direct relationship to your willingness to be vulnerable. That is your greatest power. The depth of your vulnerability is where true power is in a man. Now, most of us have been brought up into a culture where we've been taught that asking for support is a sign of weakness. Feeling emotions is a sign of weakness. Well, I beg to differ. You know, if that works for you, I promise you, then our community is not right for you. We're here to help you be more vulnerable. We're here to help you feel more. And yeah, of course, grow that part of you that needs to be more in your power and reclaim your self-respect in a genuine way, not in a way where you're harming other people or harming yourself. But for the guy right now that's listening and you know that you've been scared to ask for help, put that to the side. Know that you deserve it. Know that you're worth it. I couldn't be doing what I'm doing today and having impacted thousands upon thousands upon thousands of men's and families' lives had I not asked for help, had I not gotten support, had I not gotten challenged, and had I not been held accountable to who I truly am as a masculine leader. And each and every one of you have that inside of you. It's time to be vulnerable. It's time to reach out your hand. It's time to ask for support. It's time to be held accountable and held to the fire of who you truly are and what is possible for you. And if you're ready for that, then apply for a discovery call with one of our coaches. And I would look forward to seeing you inside one of our coaching programs and at our live Man on Fire 4-day immersion, which is our signature event. Additionally, stay tuned for more information about an event that we will be having in July called Man on Fire Live, Seize Your Destiny. More information to come. Not here. For now, for those of you that want to get involved, you go to manonfirerising.com and apply to speak to one of our coaches if you're really serious right now about asking for help and support and you're ready to make that investment in yourself. You have to treasure that commodity. You have to honor that person inside and give. You got to give to you first. Right? Some of you guys see that as selfish. Oh, but I got to pay for this for my wife and pay for this for my kids. Yes, I'm not saying you don't. But until you start investing in yourself, until you start growing yourself as a man, until you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, like they instruct men to do on an airplane, you can't help anybody. You can't help anyone until you've up-leveled and grown yourself. So give that gift to yourself, guys, if you're ready for that. Give that gift to yourself. Whether it's with Man on Fire or any other organization, it's time for you to be held accountable. It's time for you to grow. You deserve this. I love you guys with so much gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to share my gifts with you, my own personal journey, my experiences, my trials, and my tribulations. It's David Mailer, your Man on Fire mentor. Next time, we will dive into the center of the fire together. So much love, guys. Put your final comments in the chat. What is your greatest takeaway from today? was your absolute greatest takeaway from today? So much love, guys. Bye for now.